Hello there, guys. Welcome back to the Pride. Glad to see you watching another video of mine. And before we get into the video, my preview of the Chelsea versus Frankfurt game, I want to thank every one of you guys that subscribed to my channel. 50 subscribers. I was planning on doing a video on the history of Chelsea. 14 years ago, as of yesterday, it was the anniversary that we won our first league title in over 50 years. And I thought, since I had 50 subscribers that just reached that threshold, I thought I would release a video on that, but I was too lazy. I'm not gonna lie to you. But let's go straight into it, right? Eintracht Frankfurt versus Chelsea. Now, Eintracht is a very formidable opponent. As you very well know, they gotten past Benfica, they got past Inter, all those clubs. Lazio, they dominated them in the group stage. They won all their games in their group. So they're probably the strongest team that we could go up against, other than obviously Arsenal. They are Eintracht Frankfurt. They're currently sitting 4th in the Bundesliga on 54 points. As you may know, Luka Jovic is their #1 goal scorer with 25 goals in all competitions. Eintracht Frankfurt have one of the most potent attacking trios in the Bundesliga. Strikers Ante Rebic and Sebastian Haller, excuse me if I mispronounce these names, alongside Jovic, have been directly involved in 55 out of 58 goals in the Bundesliga this season. Sebastian Haller has 19 goals and 12 assists in all competitions. So clearly, guys, this is not a team that we can take lightly, right? Especially how we are in the back, and knowing how they're going to set up. They're going to set up strong and compact in the midfield. Try to use that mid-block tactic against us, where they just let us have possession, but they don't allow us to play through the middle. They're going to force us out wide and try to win the ball back as quickly as possible, press us high, and hit on the counter. As you can see, this is not a team. Like I said, this is not a team that can be just swept aside. This is probably our most competitive tie that we had in the. This is probably our most competitive tie in the Europa League. So yeah, I just wanted to throw that out there. Also, since we're talking about Chelsea and Chelsea history, I just thought I'd bring this up. I looked up this statistic right here. I want to throw this out there. Since 2003, no club has more semifinal appearances than Chelsea. The only club that's close to us, or actually the tie, is Barcelona. No other club comes near that, right? So I just thought I'd throw that out there. But let's get to how we should approach this game now. We have Watford on the weekend, who we all know we need 4 points to solidify top 4. If we want top 4, we need at least 4 points. And we play Leicester, the last game of the season, and Leicester is not an easy opponent. And we also play Watford, who we very well know can hurt us on the counterattack as well. They have a very potent, very important attacking force with Deulofeu and Troy Deeney. So don't expect that to be an easy game. So with that being said, do we play our strongest team tomorrow? Because like I said, Eintracht Frankfurt, if we really want to go up against these guys, like really end the first tie, end it as soon as possible, we need to play our strongest side, because this team is no pushover. They're extremely, they contributed the most goals out of any other team in the Bundesliga. They have the best attacking force in the Bundesliga, period. So we need to take them seriously. And how we should approach this game, obviously Rudiger is out with a knee injury. He just recently had a knee surgery. And Hudson-Odoi is out. We already know that, with the ruptured Achilles, who I didn't expect him to be, like, his expectancy is like 3 months, which I think is really, like, if he comes back in less than 4 months, I think whoever that doctor is needs to be commended, and like he's a genius, like, because the injuries like that, Achilles injuries, are not easy. Like, they can be career-threatening injuries, right? They usually take, like I said, I used the one athlete that plays basketball, DeMarcus Cousins. He's been out. He was out previously for a whole season and a half, which was 15 to 18 months after a torn Achilles. But maybe, sometimes, if you break a leg or you fracture, a fracture is worse than a leg break, because It's harder to heal. A completely broken leg is easier to heal than a fracture or a stress fracture. For some reason, that's just how the body works. So maybe that's the case. But we have a selection dilemma because Willian picked up a knock against Manchester United when Marcus Rojo, who should have been red carded, nearly snapped his ankle by coming in recklessly. But as you can see, he's training with the team. Willian's training with the team. So expect him. Maybe he won't start, but he probably will feature in a game against Frankfurt. Now, how I think Sarri's going to set up, obviously Olivier Giroud has to play. Olivier Giroud has to play. He is the Ronaldo of the Europa League. He just scoring goals. He has the most goals in the Europa League with 10. Only player to do that since Radamel Falcao. So, honestly, I don't know why he isn't playing more. Like it's like, I understand you want Higuain to really gel into the team. Only way he's gonna gel is by giving him game time. But you don't want to strike if a striker has momentum, even if he's not scoring goals directly, but the team is playing better when he's on the pitch. You have to keep playing Olivier Giroud. So Olivier Giroud has to start tomorrow. Eden Hazard has to play at least 60 to 65 minutes. I would if I were me, if it were me, right, I will play Hazard for about 65, 70 minutes because I want to keep him preserved for Sunday, which is another big game. Put Willian on that left-hand side, which is his best side, and then go from there. And with the midfield, obviously Kante has to play because Kante can play. He's a tank. He's going to play. Ruben Loftus-Cheek, he didn't play much against Manchester United, or in my opinion, not enough. So he has to play if we're going to play our strongest team. Jorginho, or you can play Kovacic. Kovacic is best suited for that number 6 role. That's what his strong suit is. He's not a number 8 that can link up the play and get assists and create goal scoring opportunities. That's not his game. His game is basically a holding midfielder and making challenges and making defensive plays. Right, that's what he's best suited for, and he works well with dealing with pressing. Like I think pressing is how to distribute the ball under pressure is probably one of his strongest assets. So I would definitely, if not Jorginho, I would consider Kovacic to play tomorrow in the Regista role, number 6 role. Also, obviously, like I said, Loftus-Cheek and Kante. So, let's start with the defense. Emerson on the left-hand side. Emerson, which probably means Alonso will play on Sunday. I hope that's not the case. I hope that Emerson can play both tomorrow and Sunday. I hope that that's the case, but you know how Mauricio Sarri is. You never can tell. And that's a complete turnaround to how it was, before, where you can predict his lineup, you can predict his substitutions. If Barkley started, then the 60th minute Kovacic would come on. It was just like that, and we became banter. But Arsenal took that title away from us again. They are now once again banter FC. Let's finish it. Obviously, I will put Kepa in goal. That's a given. He's a goalkeeper. He doesn't need to be rested. Unless it's injury, I wouldn't be upset if Caballero did start because he is a solid keeper. He's a great number 2 keeper and a great veteran to have on your team to help keep the young guys in check. I like his professionalism, Caballero, and he's been a solid contributor to what we need. We need more leadership in that locker room. But obviously, I don't know. I will probably Azpilicueta has to start, but I got a feeling that whoever is on that left-hand side going against Azpilicueta, they're gonna have the game of their life because obviously you want to attack our weakest link, and if Alonso doesn't start on the left-hand side, and it has to be Azpilicueta. And it's not fair to Azpi. Azpi has done a lot for us, but his legs are gone. His legs are shot. He can't track up and down the field for a whole 90 minutes anymore. It's just not in his locker anymore. So maybe, I wouldn't be upset if Sarri did a little change and put Azpilicueta and as a center back, as a center half, because he won't have to do as much running back and forth. And we've seen him perform under Conte. And as a center half, and he can do that. His defensive intellect is great. So I wouldn't be upset if he did do that. Just to switch it up a little bit, just to give our lineup a little bit of sprucing up, but then we'll have to play Zappacosta on the right hand side. So yeah, because we don't have Ampadu. And I also want Christensen to play because I think a game like this best suits him. Like I said, he's not a defender that's gonna win a lot of physical battles. But with Christensen alongside David Luiz, he reads the game very well. And going against teams that likes to counterattack, that likes to, you know, send over the top balls and try to attack our channels in behind. Those type of teams, he thrives in because his intellect and his tactical awareness is second to none. That's his best asset as a defender. He reads plays, he reads danger before it actually happens. So, you know, hey, that's my lineup and that's my prediction for tomorrow, guys. I do see us conceding a goal or two. I would say I'm going with a 2-2 draw. I think that's fair. I do think there'll be goals. And considering the fact that we are going to be the away team, I'm sure we're going to be the away team. I have to double check on that, but I'm positive that we are the away team. We have to go and get goals. We have to go and get goals, even if it's a 4-3 or a 2-2 draw. Those away goals will help us out a lot because we need to try our best to. We need to solidify ourselves in a certain competition so we can focus on another. Since we couldn't put the top 4 race to bed with the games in hand that Arsenal and United gave to us when they lost, you know, Crystal Palace beat Arsenal and, you know, West Ham beat Tottenham. We didn't put those games to bed. We could have ended it all Sunday by beating United, but we didn't do it. We didn't do the job. So we only put ourselves in that predicament. Now we have to pick a competition and really put our stamp on it and then try to focus on the other one. If you want to both win, finish top 3 or top 4 and win the Europa League, which is very possible, but with this squad, you just never know. And what are your predictions, guys? What are your thoughts on the game? I'm going to be live streaming next game. As always, I should have been doing this a whole lot more often. I would have if my account wouldn't have had a 90-day ban on it, but I'm really doing it now. So, hey, leave me your thoughts. Subscribe if you're new. Thank you guys once again for the 50K. Not the 50K. I wish 50K. 50 subscribers. Let's get to that 100. Let's get to 100 subscribers, guys. I'm gonna try to reach that limit, that threshold, that goal within a month. Let's try to get to 100 subscribers within the next 30 days. I'm out. Peace.